Neural control and coordination. Coordinations. It is the process through which two or more organs interact and complement the functions of one another. Integrate system. In the human body, neural system and endocrine system jointly coordinate and integrate all activity of the organs so that the functions of synerginoid functions and interdepend each other complete, combinedly called integrated system. Distinguish distinction in the neural system and endocrine system. The nervous system provided an organized network point-to-point connections for the quick response, fast speed and shorter spans of the coordinations, whereas in the endocrine system provided chemical integration, slow speed and lasting effect. Structure. Nervous system, neurons. Neurous nervous system of all animal is composed of highly specialized cells called neurons, also known as structural and functional unit of the nervous system. Structure of the neurons, multipolars, dendrites मतलब receptor, nessus granules, cell body, cytosol, anisoma, nucleus, हेलोक या एक्सॉन्स, स्वान cells, axons, mycelium sheath, row of granules, synaptic nodes या neurotransmitters, axon terminals या effectors. Structure of the neurons, multipolar nervous system to type neuron and neurological cells for the nutritional support of the packaging cells, cytons and process of the neurons, dendrites and axons. Three major parts of the neurons are the dendrites, cytosol, axons, nasal granules. The cell body contains cytoplasm with the typically cell arenas and keratin granules bodies called nasal granules, which is also present in the dendrites. Types of the neurons. Based on the numbers of axons and dendrites, multicellular cell body with two or more short dendrites and one long axons, for example, cerebellum and cortex. Bipolar cell body with one axons and one dendrites, retina, epithelium, olfactory epithelium, gastrocnemius epithelium, tongue, membranous labyrinth, internal ears. Unipolar cell body with one axon only, for example, embryonic stage of the fetus. Type of axons on basis of myelinians, myelinated nerve fibers, unmyelinated nerve fibers. Envelope of the swan cells, which is mycelium sheath, the gap between the two adjacent mycelium sheaths is called nodes of the neurons, for example, cranial nerve and spinal nerve. It is enclosed by the swan cells that are not from the mycelium sheath around the axons is commonly found in the autonomous somatic neural system. Diagram sections of the human's brains. This part is cerebellum aqueduct. This is corpus callosum, cerebellum hemispheres, cerebellum that part, forebrain, brainstem, thalamus and hypothalamus, midbrain, hindbrain, in hindbrains, pons, cerebellum, medulla oblongata, spinal cord. The four part, one, three, four part in the hindbrain. Human human neural system memory. Forebrain thalamus मतलब get keep keeper of the brain. Hypothalamus body temperature, eating and drinking. Central nervous system CNS brain and spinal cord. Commanded and control system. Midbrain, cerebellum, aqueduct, corpus caudery, gremium, optic lobes receive an integrated visual, tactile and auditory input. PNS, cranial nerve and spinal nerve, commonly in line in between CNS and rest body. Hindbrain में pons मतलब fibers track for the interconducting medulla oblongata, cardiovascular reflex, centric for respiration and gastric secretions, sensory afferent division, somatics and visceral sensory nerve fibers, conduct of the impulse, receptor to CNS motors, efferent fiber conducting of the impulse from the CNS to efferent somatic nerve system मतलब SNES, voluntary and somatic motor CNS of skeletal muscles, autonomous nervous system ANS, CNS of the cardiac muscles and smooth muscles and gland, involuntary universal motors, sympathetic divisions and parasympathetic division, unfavorable conditions and conserve energy and favorable condition. Limbic system क्या है? It is a complex structure which is including the inner part of the cerebellum hemispheres associate deep structure like amygdala, hippocampus along with hypothalamus. It is involved olfactory, autonomous response and regulate of the sexual behavior, expressions of the emotional reactions, excitement, pleasure, range, fears, and motivation. Cranial meaning. Inside the skills brains is covered the cranial meaning and consisting outer the dura mater, middle arachnoid and inner 5 meters. Cerebellum hemispheres, a deep cleft between the cerebrum and longitudinal two halves termed as the left and right cerebellums. Hemisphere, corpus callosum. Cerebellum hemispheres are connected the tract of the nerve fibers. It's called corpus callosum. Cerebellum cortex, the layers of the cells which is covered with the cerebellum hemispheres. Cerebellum cortex and thorns in the prominent fold. Gray matter, the cerebellum cortex referred to as the gray matters due to the grayish appearance is due to the high concentrations of the neurons of cell body. White matter, the fibrous tract are the covered with the mycelium sheath, which is constituent of the inner part of the cerebellum hemispheres and give the aqueous appearance of the layers. Hence, is called white matter. Associate area. The cerebellum cortex contains motor area and sensory area. Larger regions is called associated area. Response for the complex functions like the in- intersensory associations, memory, and communications. The neural system coordinate and integrate functions as well as metabolism and homeostatic activity of the all organs. Generations and conductance of the nerve impulse. Excitable cells. Neurons are the excitable cells because their membranes in the polarized state due to the differentiate concentration gradient ions across the membranes. Different types of the ions channels are present on neurons membranes, which is the membrane selectively permeables. Resting stage. When neurons is the conduct impulse in that stage of the axonal membranes is more permeable for the potassium ions and nearly impermeable for the sodium ion. Ionic gradient across the resting membranes is the maintenance by the active transport by the ions Na plus and sodium minus pump polarization stage. By the presence of the high concentrations of Na plus fluid side of the axons K plus ions and negative charge of the exoplasm and due to the Na plus and K minus pumped axonal membranes and positive charge on the outer surface and negative charge on the inner surface. Therefore, is polarized. Na plus concentration rapid influx of the sodium ion. Generations of the electric potential different axons and site of excitement sodium ion stimulate is applied sodium plus ion rapid anions product potassium concentrations sodium depolarized and reserve the polarity. Diagrams represent impulse of the conduct from an axon and inner surface and current flow A to B outer surface B to A. Resting potential. The electric potentials different across the resting plasma membranes is called resting potential. Nerve impulse क्या है? Nerve impulse is the conducting along the axon membranes in the form of the depolarization and repolarization. Synapse क्या है? Synapse a nerve impulse transmitted one neuron to another neuron from the junction is called synapse. One synapse is from the membranes of the parasympathetic neurons and most parasympathetic neurons, which may or may not be separate gap in the synaptic cleft. This point is receptor, this point is postsynaptic membranes, synapse, synaptic cleft fluid with space, presynaptic membrane, synaptic vessels, axon terminals, and axons. Types and different in the synapse. Two types of the synapse are present in the namely electric synapse and chemical synapse. Two types and differentiate in the synapse. Two types of synapse present in merely electric synapse and chemically synapse. An electric synapse, the membranes of pre and postsynaptic neurons is very close to proximal and electric current flow directly from the one neuron to others, which is the very similar impulse conducting along the single axons. Impulse transmitted across the electric synapse is always faster than across the chemical synapse. In a chemical synapse, when impulse action potential arrive at the axon terminus, it stimulates the movement neurotransmitters in the synaptic cleft and releasing neurotransmitter binding to their specific receptor present on the postsynaptic membranes and binding open the canals entering of ions which is the generate of new potential. Reflex action and reflexology are sudden withdrawal of the body part which is comes contact with hot, cold, pain object, entire process involuntary response and peripheral nervous stimulations is called reflex actions. Reflex pathway comprises as afferent and efferent arrangements. स्टिमुलेट हुआ मतलब एक्सटर्नल, तो इंटरनल स्टिमुलेट हुआ फिर रिसेप्टर के पास गया, रिसेप्टर में ए सेल्स टिश्यू ऑर्गन्स विच इज रिसीव एंड एक्सटर्नल, तो इंटरनल स्टिमुलेट फ्रॉम द ई स्किन एंड आई sensory अथवा apparent nerve take the sensory impulse and generate by the receptors. CNS may be spinal cord and brain. More efferent nerve fibers carry out the impulse and generate CNS. Possible effectors may organs, muscles, gland activate, produce, and work on the substance, respond to specific stimulations, response, movement, secretions, and behaviors. Stimulate, inhibit interneurons, gray matter, white matter, dorsal root of the ganglion, sensory operant neuron, efferent pathway, sensory organs, muscles, spinal receptors, stimulate response, motor efferent pathway, more neurons, efferent pathway, sensory organ. This is the aqueous chambers, cornea, that was the cornea, this is the iris, that for this lens vitreous chambers, mm, macula lutea, yellowish pigment of the spot, flora contractiles, only one concentration present, blind spot, photoreceptor cells are absent, optic nerve characterized, retina, sclera, ciliary body, iris, cornea, cornea lens. Part of the eye, retina, the inner membranes, three layers inside to outside. Photoreceptor cells, bipolar cells, ganglion cell inside. Characterized looking blues, dense vascular tissue, ciliary body and iris present in the anterior part. Pigment are all this part. Photoreceptor, photoreceptors outside cones and rod. Chewlite अथवा scopic visions, photopigment, red proteins, visual purpose, it is the dendrites of the vitamin A. Cones, daylight visions, photopic visions, या color visions, different type of concentration photopigment response to red, blue and green. Light ray in visible wavelength focus on the cornea after stillness of the retina. Retina में cones, iodopsin, color differentiate, rod या rhodopsins, light induced associate. Proteins, retinols, vitamin A. Cases में भी permeability create in the protein T gradient bipolar and also the formations of image in memory experience.